Ms. Stewart?
I kind of don't know where to begin here. In 9 years, this is the single most disappointed I've been sitting here. Because here's what I'm hearing. People who've had their hind ends on the CTRAN board for a month or two are coming to the same conclusion I came to. I was disciplined, reprimanded, disrespected for my opinion, for my observations, for my understanding of the finances of CTRAN, and then I was removed from the CTRAN board in an action which I don't even believe was legal. And now I'm hearing we should split the ballot. Not only that, we should be gravely concerned about these terrible cuts and the horrible effects they'd have on the riders and the people who need it most, and how damaging it would be to CTRAN's future. The very case I was making, and I was treated rudely and disrespectfully while I tried to make it, because I wouldn't jump on board with what I hear now is an obligation that's being retracted. So the benefit of my experience, the benefit of my knowledge, the benefit of my 7 years of hard work on CTRAN, I was disciplined, punished, and jerked off that board. And now we're right back to my initial point, which is...
In all due respect, Ms. Stewart.
I'd appreciate that respect.
Well,
so give me a chance to finish, just in case I might not be.
Well, let me know when you finish.
Well, and Mr. Berkman, he's going to jump in and say how justified it all was. I know that's coming.
Please.
I think the disrespect that was shown to me, and then the need to take what you thought was punitive action, which a couple people cooked up and everybody else capitulated with, is shameful. And it's shameful right now when we look at the facts of this. And that's the bottom line. So now I'm through.
Well, thank you very much. I did not discover until CTRAN was up front where they are in the process. Now, you may have a different take on it, but that's what I saw and what I heard. I thought they were up front, they were honest, because the question was asked to them 3 times. Now, should they have been far ahead of the process? I thought they would be far ahead of the process.
We had that information a year ago.
Please,
that
Ms.
information was there a year ago.
Ms. Stewart.
A relevant fact.
Please, Ms. Stewart, let Mr. Smith finish.
I'm finished. I mean, if she's not going to let me speak, then, if I cannot respond back, Ms. Stewart, it is totally unfair.
A year it was known.
Okay. I pass.
Okay. And Mr. Berkman?
Ms. Stewart, you're right. I'm going to say it. We had an open, forthright discussion here about the CTRAN vote, and you did a great job representing your views and the information that you had. And you did bring that experience and background to this body, and we had a thorough discussion about that, and as a body arrived at a conclusion. Okay, and then directed the CTRAN representatives to cast a vote following that body's action. The will of the body as documented in our policy, the policy that the charter gives us permission to set. My belief is it was a cut and dried thing that you were removed from that position for failing to follow the conversation and direction that had come from this body, for failure to honor the will of the body, not for your position. Because I don't disagree with a lot of aspects of your position. With respect to this vote, from the information I've seen, conversations I had with the CTRAN director, I think it's a very reasonable position that our current representatives took at that meeting, which my understanding was a conversation and not an action, and has now been brought back for further conversation here. I believe we, as elected representatives, have a very firm obligation that if we're going to ask the residents for tax money, we tell them exactly what they're going to get. very clearly. I believe that C-Tran can do that with respect to the basic services. Can't do that with respect to the fourth plane bus rapid transit. The plans are there, but the details aren't. So vote on what? I don't think there's enough picture there.
Yeah.
Okay, counsel.
And I just want to acknowledge, likewise, what Ms. Stewart, her representation and her comments, I certainly agree with it. Until you go through the process and you listen to what the other cities have said and couple that with C-Tran, then it made a different picture for me.
Okay.